If we have a joint ownership in a house, how would that be structured in the living in the private? Well, it depends. If you want to bring the house into the private where you've transferred it into the private foundation, it's not going to really change the structure. The foundation, there is no ownership. Christ owns everything in this world. So the foundations are structured where God is the grantor, you're operating as a trustee, and the foundation is the beneficial interest. So when you're putting something in the foundation, the reason why it's so protected is you're giving it to Christ. He's the beneficial interest of everything. You're the fiduciary. You can create an operating agreement within that foundation that structures up who the next executive directors would be, who the next board of directors would be, who the next managing director would be, a succession, if you will, to your children or whatever, to be the fiduciaries of what belongs to him. And so I want you to just consider that and know this is why it's protected. This is why they've structured up things in the way that they have under IRS code that don't allow for tax returns, don't allow for garnishments, don't allow for, because once that house is transferred, they can come after you all they want. And once that house is in the name of a foundation, there's nobody to serve. There's no way they're going to lean on it because they don't have jurisdiction over private, unregistered humanitarian church or work or effort or what have you that belongs to God. They just don't have access. And I've made these arguments with attorneys and I'm like, okay, who are you going to serve? Who are you going to serve? And they say, well, I'll bring you into court. Okay, great. What does that do? I'm going to force you to bring forth the documents. I can't. This is a church. This is private. It's not public. It doesn't belong to me or the court. I can't bring that in. And so that's an element that people really need to get through their head. They can't force one person to be a thief of something that belongs to God. They can't force somebody. Now, if it's a broken trust or some element of something that they think they got jurisdiction over, they might have try to attack the trust element. That's not what this is. This is a church. It belongs to God. And you're showing that by putting everything that you have into his possession, because he paid for it on the cross. And people, Revelations 5, read it. You will understand there was only one person found worthy to open up the scroll, titled Deed to the Earth, and to loose its seals. That was Yeshua from the line of the tribe of Judah. One man, the Son of God. And so why do we make a pretense that we can own anything when we have this little short time span that we're here on the earth? The second that we start dedicating everything to God is the second that everything starts working out. And the IRS can't touch it, and the federal government can't touch it, and you become basically a level 5 Kevlar, if you will. Now, the next level is make sure that you're debt free and then pull that house out of the county recorder. Do whatever you have to get that house out of the county recorder, because we should not be registering houses at the county recorder anymore.